2, 1. And Happy New Year! I wish you all the best for this year, health and all of the good stuff that you wish to someone. But without further ado, let's get to the good stuff. The question that you asked me. If you have to choose between Alphys and Arakawa Moe's style, which one would you prefer and what do you think about both of their art style? Going with preference, I'd highly prefer Moe's Arakawa's because of how clean it looks, but again, Alphys' one is very charming as well. I think Alphys' style makes the character look a bit older, and that's what I like about his drawings. They may not be as sharp, but they still impress me when I replay the older fighting games, Opus Masquerade included. But again, if I were to choose between the two, I'd prefer Forbidden Scrolls and the latest fighting games. Though, let's be honest, Zun's art is the best. Who is your least favorite character and why? I don't think I really have a least favorite character. I mean, it kind of feels wrong to classify characters for me. I sure have favorites, but I mean, there's no real low points. I used to dislike some of the PC98 characters before, but I learned to like them over the years. So yeah. Okay, but what about Urban Legend and Limbo? My opinion on Urban Legend and Limbo did not really change after my first Ignorant story. I mean, I really like the art style, the music and the way the characters wager their balls, but the occult balls just ruins the game for me. Which Ikari uniform is your favorite? The purple one from 207 or the purple-white one from the fighting games? Actually, now that you mention it, I prefer none of those two. I have one that I fell in love with, which is her second costume from Antonym of Common Flowers, the blue and white one. I don't know why, but I just find that it fits for her. Who is your favorite PC98 character? There are a lot of PC98 characters that I like, but the one that I would surely like the most would be Yuki from Tier 5, Mystic Square. I don't know why, there's just something adorable about her getting mad when you kill her love interest, and then you kill her. Now that I think about it, I'm a freaking monster. Have you ever played Squad? What about Harma? Actually, what's your opinion on most game genres? Never played any of those games, but if you want to know, I like playing nervous FPS and shoot 'em ups like Touhou. Otherwise, I don't really have a great point of view on other types of games, though I kinda like rhythm games as well. Why does no one remember Orange? Because she's not that memorable, I mean, she just has a couple of lines and that's it. Plus, she got overshadowed by Mailing in terms of design, so that doesn't help. What do you think about the future of Touhou? I think the future of Touhou is still bright enough. Of course, Touhou will stop one day, but seeing the quality of the games that we're getting nowadays and how it spreads outside Japan, I don't think it will stop anytime soon. What's your opinion on the Forbidden Scrolls series? I really like it. It's fascinating, a good read overall, but it has some low points, I won't lie. But I like the interactions between simple human like Kosuzu and yokai like Haya, for example. It's really not like Wild and Horn Hermit, which has a bit of a slow pace until a big event hits. That won't prevent me from reading and buying it though. Iku wants to kiss you. Do you accept? Surely, I mean, she would kiss me in the first place, so sure, I wouldn't refuse. Do a face reveal. No, I won't, because I don't feel like it's necessary. I mean, my voice is enough, isn't it? Besides Touhou, what game do you also play? A lot of the same thing. I don't usually change my games because I don't like to get out of my comfort zone. Listing them, I play Killing Floor 2, a little bit of BlazBlue from time to time, but yeah, I mainly play Touhou games because I like them. Which Touhou has the biggest penis? I mean, you never read it in Dojin? Of course it would have to be Ran. I don't know why it would be, I mean she's just the one you see with the biggest Pringle. What's your favorite Touhou fan game? I listed it on my channel already. I had the most fun with the Tempest of Heaven and Earth, but if you want another one, I also talked about it when discussing difficulty. Iku-san is really energetic and I also like to play it from time to time. Do you care about power scaling in the modern Touhouverse? Does it impact your vision of the world in a positive way, or would you ignore it because it can mess with things that Zun never even thought about? And finally, which character would have the most armless ability? I think power scaling is a very sensitive subject, not only because some abilities can be completely overpowered, but also because some of them can feel really situational, yet devastating in the right conditions. I don't think we should see power in Touhou as a scale, but rather see it as the one that knows how to use it well will win. Just take Seiran for example, she has the ability to make bullets appear from other dimensions. On paper it sounds useless because anyone can make bullets appear, right? But what if she spawns the bullet in your head, leading to an instant death? It suddenly becomes a lot more horrifying when you think about it, and that's why a stage 1 boss isn't forcefully weaker than an extra boss, for example. What is your stance on canon fodder characters? Should the story just move on with a constantly changing cast of characters that has more potential in the long run and leave other souls to waste? I don't think canon fodder characters are a bad thing, they fill the world of Gensokyo and make it feel alive. Sure, I mean, it wouldn't hurt for ZUN to just dive back into some of the characters and reinvent them or even improving their story. Even then, I don't think they are going to waste, mainly because they appear in other works like mangas. It's better to have a fresh cast, but also important to keep the foundation of the franchise as a whole, otherwise it will just crumble down. Just imagine a game without Reimu and Marisa and you'll understand what I mean. Do you consider Chilino to be part of the weak yokai category? Chilino has always been a yokai which wasn't meant to be powerful. Even if she got some power into her 16, it was only through Okine's shenanigans and not her own power. And then again, it's canon that Marisa resolved this incident, so Chilino probably never got to Okine and just fainted from exhaustion. What happened to your Discord server and will it ever return? I just thought the server wasn't useful. I mean, I know you guys were maybe having fun on it, but maybe I will make a new one if there's really a demand for it, otherwise I don't think it's necessary for now. How do you manage to find the motivation to edit such long and well-made and smoothly edited videos like your ignorant stories, and how much time does it take to make them? Also, will you make a guide on how you edit your videos? I simply don't. I just have a little voice inside my head that tells me if you don't do a video, people are gonna think you're lazy fuck. And so I get to work. It usually takes around 3 weeks when I'm fully motivated and a month if I'm not, between the script writing, the recording, the sound leveling, and music, and finally the visual editing itself. It also tends to devour my sleep hours, just like me when writing this script. Anyhow, I don't think I'll make a tutorial because editing styles are like toothbrushes. You kinda choose your own and go with it. Would you eat an entire can of Pringles? With pleasure. Depends on the flavor though, I like the sour cream ones. How big is your hentai folder? It's about 0GB and 0MB heavy. No, I don't store hentai on my PC. Where are those droidecas? They're not legal. And you know what? I'll make them legal. When will Toe Canon ever make sense? I mean, it already does, though it has a lot of loose ends. I wouldn't say it's a complete mess though. Will you make a video on Toe Lunar Nights? I unfortunately do not own the game for now, so it won't be before a while, but I'll get the game one day, eventually. If you could go anywhere in the world, where would it be and why? Again, I'm not too much of a traveler myself, but if you forced me to travel somewhere, in that case I would choose areas where the tone is more, how to say it, not desolated but calm and dry. You know, like plains, deserts or canyons, to get away from all the noise for a moment. Kaguya or Moko? Frankly, none of both. I don't know why, but their rivalry, although interesting, feels kind of forced throughout the fandom, so I'll answer by being a perfectly neutral person on that subject. Would you want Reimu in Smash Bros. Ultimate? If so, what do you think our chances of getting into Smash Bros. Are? Also, what is your favorite mythology? I'm going to assume that by mythology you meant legend, so I'll just answer. I don't think Reimu could be in Smash Bros. She's part of the doujin scene but not an enormous part of the story itself. Then again, some characters manage to get in without being either, so I guess we'll see. I don't give her much chances to get in though. As for the favorite legend or yokai, it would be the Itanmomen. I mean, come on, dying because of a cloth just seems comical when you think about it. Are you in any fandom besides Touhou? Yeah, I like to be a part of the JoJo fandom, but otherwise, I don't have a lot of active fandoms next to Touhou, mainly because I just focus on one thing at a time. Where's my dad? I don't know, ask your mom. What is your future plan for the channel? I just intend to keep making content for you guys. I mean, it's hard for me to think that this already makes a year that I've started the Ignorant Stories and that you people still enjoy them, so I guess I'm keeping the pace. Thanks again for the support. Which unknown or mysterious Touhou character is your favorite? Surely not Orange, I'd go with Rin Satsuki because she actually has a mystery behind her, you know, with her being in the code and such. Why you like Touhou? Cause Touhou is good and I like shooting people with little girls. Don't get out of context, okay? Do you wipe your ass while standing or sitting? Wait, you do what? People wipe their asses? What's the most overrated Toho characters and theme? I mean, Flandre would be an easy answer, but I'd rather graze near something like Utsu or Remilia. I don't know why, but they always come back into discussions and it just feels redundant after a while. Though, for the theme, yeah, there's no contest, Itsu and one was her. If you got 10 million euros, what would you do with it? I guess I would just keep it safe and spend it throughout my life. You know, like a normal person would. Or I would spend it all on CDs, I mean, it's my choice. Does pineapple belong on a pizza? I mean, I like pineapples and I like pizza, so I like both of them at the same time. And for the Nut November thing, no, I didn't take part in it because I think it's just a stupid social challenge. Same goes for Destroy Dick December. I mean, I don't know why people feel the need to always be stimulated at all times. It's stupid. And children is a thing because 9 is a number. Why did Karen take the kids? I don't know, and I want them back. You did mention the DLC practices of MySCG Studio, the ones who made the Disappearing of Gensokyo, yet you used the portraits. Do you like this game, or do you dislike it? It's not because I dislike a practice that I don't enjoy a game. Sure, the DLC practice is something that I'm starting to get frustrated with, but overall the game can be played and enjoyed without them. Besides, the artwork for Iku is used outside of the DLC, as she is the main NPC in the hub of the game. I would kinda like to make my own drawings, but you know, not everyone's an artist. Favorite Toho hat or headwear? Ooh, that's a harsh one, because you'd expect me to like hats like Iku's or Koishi's, but truly they're not my favorites. I prefer when the characters are bareheaded in fact. I don't know, it gives them a cuter side when their hair is flowing. Which canon Toho game is your favorite and which character in that game is your favorite? Recently, I've grown a fond liking of Toho 16 or the most recent one, mostly because of how fun it is to use seasonal release and how accessible the extra is. I don't know, it just feels really good to play that game. As for the favorite character in the game, I'll go with Sakata. I find it really cute that she shifts from a "I'm going to kill you" attitude to a "yeah, well, why don't we drink some tea?" Where did you get the name Cernist? I didn't really get it. At first I was named Parist, but at one point I figured the P was a bit too harsh on the tongue, and so I decided to switch it for a softer syllable like an S to make it easier to pronounce. I just came up with it on the spot, I don't think there is a real meaning behind it. What type of Toho do you like? Following your criteria, I'll go with medium black hair, amber eyes and small breasts. She would be a mature person without any appendages, so no wings, tentacles, tails or anything else. Of course I'd go with pants, and by the same occasions, a paired leg would be nice and she would be human and still alive. Finally, she'd have the personality that is closer to the canon and would be wearing, well, I mean, panties would lead to most stupid situations, so let's go with them. And thank you for all the compliment as well, Jeffer. It's been a good year. How many Toho games, the official ones, have you beaten? Almost all of them that I think about it. That mine is the 5th, 11th and 12th. How big is your Iku folder? Surprisingly not that big, about 31.4 megabytes only. I don't really collect artworks, that's why. What is the worst theory you've seen in your life? I really do not know, because I'm a very impressionable person, so theories always pique my interest, even if I try to stay away from them. I don't forcefully find them bad, some of them are just more gripping than others. Why is Iku your favorite character, and if Iku wasn't a character, who would it be? And why do you use her in your videos? Iku is my favorite character because she has a mindset that is kinda like mine. As in, I'm doing my work, but only my work, and then, I don't know, I guess I'll just chill. She's also questioning things about life, which is sometimes what I do, and lastly, just look at those frills! I love frills! You know, if she didn't exist, I guess I'd go with Elia or Komachi. And in my videos, I use her as a way to have my voice represented by something on screen, to make my videos feel a little bit more alive, you know. Merry Christmas or Happy Christmas? Joyful killings of Jesus Christ. And lastly, what do you think is your favorite ignorant story video you've ever made? This is maybe the hardest question to answer, because when your own videos are online, you tend to see or hear the little mistakes that you've made, and that really pisses you off. But even when counting mistakes, I'd say that the one where I talk about Seiho is the best. It's not too long, and I feel like it was fun knowing how Seiho contributed to Toho. So Yeah, even if my voice felt monotone in that one, it's the one that I'm proud of. And we are done with the questions! Wow! I can't believe it's been a year and that in this year people came and went. I met really fun people and that's thanks to YouTube. I really need to thank you guys for that. Don't worry, I'll give it my best to make some new videos. Anyway, I wish you a happy new year and hope to see you around. Bye!